Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today. And today I am going to add these thickers here, they're called Harmony, into my kit. This was supposed to be a thicker focus month, but I have been failing miserably at it, you guys. I am so sorry. So I might bring in my thickers for next month. I'm also bringing in some of these laser cut pieces. I've got a key and a charm, camera, some words, and then my chipboard pieces of a couple more words. I also decided to bring in these bows and faux, I don't know, leather strips, leather pieces. I'm not really sure if they were supposed to be meant as leather or just ribbon. I don't know. But I'm going to bring all of them in just to see what I can do with them. So I have a couple photos of a concrete structure that we came across on Highway 93 coming home from some trip or another. I don't remember. This was back in 2022. But once I start printing the pictures around where, you know, why we were on this highway, then I'll remember. But right now, I thought that this paper here was absolutely perfect for this strange structure. Like, it doesn't even, you look it up and it doesn't even have a name to it. It actually is in Milan, I think is what it's called. M-I-L, or I don't remember. It starts with an M. Nevada is where this is located within their city limits or town limits. So I have, 9 photos that I plan on putting on a layout. And what I'm going to do is trim down my photos here in a heartbeat. I'm going to trim my photos down and then pretend like my left side page is a pocket page, but I'm not going to cut it up like a pocket page. Now I could have, but my problem is I haven't put my 2022 album together yet, and I don't know if the other side is going to go in the pocket. So I don't like to do pocket pages until I have my entire album set up and decide what I'm going to do. So I decided that I'm going to do faux pocket pages, and if the other side does end up warranting a pocket page, then I will go ahead and just put the pocket page on the other side, you know, as a 12 by 12 as well. It's not, it'll be fine. It'll be okay. I could always cut these back up into a pocket page, but I'm not going to. I'll leave it as a 12 by 12 because I know that no matter what, I'll have 12 by 12 pages in my album, right? So anyways, I'm sorry, you guys. Sometimes I crack myself up and I think I'm the funniest person on the planet. No, I don't, but it sounds good. So most of my design is going to be on the right side. I love doing these fast pages like this because then I only have to do a little bit to the left side and keep all of my focus on the right side because the left side is photo heavy. I love doing layouts like this. And in fact, I did layouts like this before I discovered the pocket pages. Because I wasn't really sure how the pocket pages would work. I really didn't like the how the pocket cards always kept coming out of the pockets. I just really didn't know what it was that I was, liking and disliking about the pockets until I started actually using them and coming up with my own way to make them work. Okay, so I don't waste all of my paper and put paper on top of paper and have a super thick page. I'm just going to cut out the piece that I need. Now my cuts aren't going to be perfect, which is fine because neither are my rips and tears that I plan on doing later. So what I'm doing is making sure that I cut out enough, which too late now because I cut it, right? I just made sure that my photos were going to cover up the seam. So then I'm going to cut out the piece of this peacock cardstock from Close to My Heart, and I'm going to cut it just a hair smaller than my print here, and then I'll put my print on top to make sure that it covered up. So I just cut it probably, I know that it was less than 1/4 of an inch because my I'm putting tape down to cover up my adhesive that I used to put my 49 and market paper down. So I hope that makes sense, you guys, of what I'm doing here. So then the next thing I'm going to do is try to mark where I want to rip this paper. And I'm going to bring out my tearing ruler because I know that I will be able to control my rips more with the tearing ruler and keep it where I need it to be rather than just guess it by hand. So now that I have that, I'm just going to cut out a little piece of that as well. Make sure it goes all the way to the edge. And for this one, I'm only going to glue down the piece that's behind the photo. I'm not really worried about covering up anything. And then my main page is actually going to be this yellow paper with the ripping. And as you guys can see it coming to life now, I am able to figure out how to make this work and whatnot. So I'm outlining where my design is, and I'm guessing where, the ripping needs to be. And so now I know that it needs to be within this tear line and within this cut line, right? So it needs to be somewhere in there, and I'm going to bring out my ripping ruler again, so that way I know that I am doing a good job and keeping where I need to be, instead of, again, eyeballing it, and then it just becomes too short, and I only had one piece of paper. So we all know that's not true because I bought lots of this wherever collection. But for my kit conspiracy, I only bought the one paper. And so I'm just checking it before I make my final cut to see. And there is my final result, having all 3 layers, but still it's not really 3 layers worth of paper. It definitely could have been had I wanted it to be so uber thick. Now I'm going to twist and turn my paper and curl it up just a little bit using my edge distressor. I love doing this because it gives it that little bit of dimension to make it look like I actually did rip all these pieces up from underneath, and it's like peeled paint, right? And every time you peel the paint back, you get to see all the different layers that the previous owners have painted above it, right? Or underneath it. I love that, by the way. I don't know, you guys. Old stuff rocks. It really does. And that's one of the things I loved about these structures is the artistic value that was added to just a bunch of concrete buildings and walls and stuff. They're partial walls, partial I don't know, you guys. It almost looks like a crushing house left over from a mine site, but it's right next to the road. Like literally all we did was pull over and walk to this. So there's no way it could have been a crushing mill because of the fact that it was too close to a main road. And a crushing mill actually has the ability to throw rocks. So I can't imagine them putting a road next to it, or the road came after it was shut down. I'm not really sure. There's not a lot of information out there about this structure, but I love the tagging on it. Even though, tagging is bad, don't spray paint, you're defacing a property, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I totally get it. But it added character. And the more you look at it, of course, I had to black out some of the nasty stuff. But as you can see, there was less nasty stuff than there was awesome stuff. Like, I don't really know what the words say. And correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys can read the words. And if they're really bad words, I definitely will do something about this video. I apologize. But if you look inside the hole in this tower looking piece, there's actually a female picture, an artist painted inside there. And my camera does not do the video justice. I apologize about that. But the picture itself is gorgeous. Like, I can actually pick up my layout and see that female in that hole, and she's a work of art. Like, oh my stars. And it looks like a ninja, a female ninja hiding in the hole, just ready to attack. And then of course there's a little, alien dude on the other side, and he's on the back side of the building, and he's just super cute. Looks like what's his name? Cubert, little guy, but he's got like a little, I don't know. It just made me happy to see all of this. And I don't know, you guys, to me, it just seems like artwork on the side of the road that I get to view, from people just putting their artistic talent out there, even though it's, bad and tagging and not very good and not very good to encourage. I know that, I get that, but I still really liked it. And the fact that my kids we were all walking around it and checking it out and seeing all the different artwork that was on the buildings and stuff, and every twist and turn and look at it, we found something new and something different, and it was just like one of those finder things. What does that say? Anyways, I can't think of what I'm calling now, but anyways, I finally got my layout papers down, and I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to put these faux ribbon things. Now, the first thing I notice is the bows. I am not a bow person, you guys. I can't just add a bow to my layout. I just can't. I'm trying my hardest. I keep moving them and shifting them and adding them, and it's just, they're bows. Like, no, they don't really go with this collection at all for me. I just can't make them work. So I'm still trying it. I know where I want all my stuff. Like, I know I want explore with the keys. Like, it's almost like that saying that, what is it? Oh, golly. See, I'm so brain dead today. I can't even think of that saying that something about the world is yours. Something about opening a door. I don't know. So once I realized the bows were not going to work for me, I cut the bows off and just kept the knot. And then I thought, okay, so can I make the knot work with the other knots that are added there? No, because they already have their own little tail. Like, a knot can't have 3 tails. It just doesn't work that way. So I decided to put it on the side of one of my main pictures. And it was perfect. Now it looks like I tied a bunch of ribbon or these faux leather things on the side of my photo, and I really like that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I didn't even have to poke holes or nothing. It's just awesome. So I chopped all the bow parts off of my bows and just kept the knots with the tails, and I'm going to go with it. I'm going to make it look like I strung those up along the side of my photo. And now I'm super excited. I love it when something comes together like that. I really, really do. So I've got one little strip going across with my explore and my keys. I've got another little strip going across with my do not enter, which I thought was appropriate for this type of thing because it does look like an abandoned place that we shouldn't have been to. But again, it was on the side of the road, and clearly several other people have been there too. I'm just saying, how else did the spray paint get on the walls? So I decided the do not enter sign was absolutely perfect. And then I've got other ones that say, I think my epoxy dots say look, and Scenic Route is another one, maybe, or Sightseeing. It's not Scenic Route, it's Sightseeing. Scenic Route is in the chipboard. And then, of course, I like the detour part, because this is why we take the back roads, you guys. This is why we take the long way home on every trip that we ever do. And I do want to apologize for the noise if you guys can hear it in the background. Again, I have to keep my business going. I apologize so very much, you guys. And it seems like lately the machine never shuts off. It's just constantly going. I just can't. I don't know what to do, you guys. If it doesn't keep going, I can't stay in business, right? So anyways, I do apologize if it is super annoying. So for my title, I have the Scenic route. And then for a larger subtitle, I have Highway 93 because I wanted to remember where this was, and I had to alter a couple of these letters. So I took an M and flipped it upside down for my W. Can you believe I ran out of W's before I ran out of M's? Weird. So I did. I took my M, flipped it upside down. Then I took a Q and cut the top off, so I had a Y, which I thought was fabulous. And then I loved the sketchy 93 part of this, of the numbers. And so that was one of the reasons why I really wanted to make this collection work. I should have added a few more of the little dots that were all over this alpha set. Maybe I will later, just to give that shine all the way through the layout, because that's the only place that it is off Highway 93 title. So I definitely do think that I need to get some more of that shine throughout the entire layout. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is add in my little string-a-things on the side. That is my favorite part of this layout. I absolutely love it. And then I'm going to add some more of these dots just to use them up. Now, one of my things that I have about these dots is they are almost invisible. I really can't see them unless I put them in an area. Like I can't, if I tuck them in with part of my clusters, they disappear super fast. But if I put them out plain in the open, like that white one that's in the sky right next to the do not enter, that one I can see. But the one that I tucked underneath the do not enter is really hard to see. All right, so that is my layout. I love how the left side turned out. I just really like how my main focus is the photos, and then as you look through the photos, you see an embellishment here and there. I love doing layouts like this, and I haven't done one in a long time, so I do look forward to doing them again. And then, of course, I have a main photo or a main layout on the other side, where it is a little bit more embellished and decorated and not just about the photos. So I love having pages like this, and I forget to do them all the time. With so many techniques out there, it is really hard to remember all of them and go back to your favorites, because you just want to keep moving forward and progress with your scrapbooking, right? Anyways, I have a link down below. I have two links down below. I have Janet Fritz's channel down below. She is Galaxy Girl Creations, and my cohort in Kit Conspiracy here. I also have the link for Kit Conspiracy's Facebook group if you guys want to go and check that out. I cannot thank you guys enough for hanging out with me today, and I will check y'all later. Bye!